Welcome back, Fantasy Fiction Fanatics. It's great to see you again, and I hope you're doing well. Today is going to be another book review, and today's book is going to be The Black Coast by Mike Brooks. Now, before I read this book, I was very, very interested in it. I was very excited to read it. I really enjoyed the synopsis that it had on it, and the cover was really cool, so it seemed like it was going to be a very interesting read, something unique compared to what I've been reading recently. And I found that I did like a whole bunch of stuff about it. So to start off with, what I liked is I really enjoyed the complex and multiple plot line type of story that it is. So it's a little bit more complex plot. It's got multiple plot lines with multiple characters that are going to be at some point linked together. I don't know all the details yet, since book one does not cover and connect absolutely everything, which is great because then we still have room to grow in the next book. But that was something I really enjoyed, having a bit more of a complex plot line when I've been reading a lot of singular character plot line books. So it's really nice and refreshing to have something like that and to feel like I enjoyed each and every plot line that was going on. I also really enjoyed the characters. A lot of them are very interesting. A lot of them are pretty unique in my opinion. So I really, really like the characters. If you're a character person and that's really important to you in a book, I think you'll really enjoy these characters. It's nice because we see from multiple characters' points of view, and we kind of get around to see lots of different things going on from each character, and you can like and enjoy lots of different personalities during this reading of the book. I really enjoy Mike Brooks' writing style. He has a very smooth, simple writing style, which is very nice, especially since this is a little bit more of a longer book. It's over 600 pages, which in my opinion is over an average book length. I'd say average book length for me is between 300 and 500 pages. Like that, I feel like, depending on the kind of book, is more of an average length of time. So to me, 600 is a little bit over the average length. And if you're somebody who struggles with getting through a longer paced or a longer length book, then I think that you'll enjoy this book anyway, because it does read so smoothly and so quickly because of how easy and simple it is to read, that you will have it fly by. If you can just sit down and read a little bit of it, you'll just find that you're really zipping through the book. And then I also really love the world building of this book. I think it's super, super unique. There's a lot of super unique elements, especially like the way dragons are in this book, way demons are presented in this book are super interesting. I really like a bunch of the different cultures that the different characters come in. There's different languages, and the way it's written is you can tell the differences in the style that the language uses in speaking versus other languages based on how he writes them. So there's a lot to enjoy about this book. There's the world building with all the different unique cultures and people and magical beings there. We've got the great characters just in general, the good writing style, all this stuff I really enjoyed about it. There's so much to enjoy. I did have one thing that I didn't really like, or not that I didn't like it, I just would have preferred more of, is this is kind of light in the fantasy elements, and the fact that there's not a lot of magic. There's not, a big abundance of magical creatures. There's not, unique beings. It's mostly a couple of different fantasy elements that are focused on and that are presented uniquely, and then most of it's kind of more historical or a little bit more mundane for the fantasy elements. It's not really flashy or anything like that. So I do wish they had a little bit more of that. Not saying it needed tons more, but I would have liked to have a little bit more, especially since I'm somebody who really likes it when fantasy worlds have a lot of fantasy elements that are just uniquely worked into the average everyday life of the people in that world. I always find those super, super interesting. So I could have just used a little bit more, a couple more creatures, maybe something else that's a little bit unique, even if you didn't want to do magic. But that's not really a bad point to it. It didn't make the story worse or anything like that. It's just something that I would have preferred having, and just because of my style for reading. So either way, I definitely highly recommend this particular book. I think if you're looking for a strong high fantasy, this will really give you what you'd like. I think there's tons to like about it. I think everybody can really find things that they would enjoy about this story, and I would definitely recommend it for you. Please let me know if you have read it, how you like it, or if you plan on reading it. I'd love to hear after you've read it what your thoughts are and whether you agree with what I said or not. I'd love to have a discussion with you and to hopefully introduce you to another book that you'll like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.